The fact of the matter is the uncertainty around the debt ceiling, around the Obamacare issue, what the Republicans want, the possibility of shutting down the government. Hopefully that will happen. That should happen. I'd like to see it happen. Whether it happens or not is another story, but it certainly should, in my opinion. And Harry Reid talked about any defunding in Obamacare, any kind of defunding mentioning. Or is a total waste of time. Ted Cruz went on to say that he's going to do everything. We've got some clips of that. We've got John Boehner talking about the program, and you have heard all the talking points. President Obama coming out yesterday and saying, was it yesterday or the day before, coming out and saying that this has never happened in the history of this nation where there's been anything attached to raising the debt ceiling. In fact, he got a 4 Pinocchio from that Washington Post on that, because it has happened almost continuously since 1980. There have been numerous times through every presidential, actually it goes back to Eisenhower, so before 1980, where Democrats and Republicans of both have made attachments and put their pet bills on raising the debt ceiling in order to get it passed. So it is pretty much general practice, Mr. President, but he wouldn't know that, I guess. But anyway, here's what Ted Cruz said yesterday in reference to Obamacare. There was some issue yesterday with Ted Cruz saying, where is he? You know, he's abandoned the fight. Ted Cruz came out and said this. Go ahead, Devin.
I will do everything necessary and anything possible to defund Obamacare.
A filibuster?
Yes, and anything else, any procedural means necessary. Listen, this is the most important fight in the country, and it's easy to focus on the political back and forth.
You know, it is the most important fight in this country. I've been saying it for 4 years. This is going to be the final nail in the economic coffin of this country. Make no mistake about it. We cannot afford this bill. We cannot afford another entitlement program. The fact of the matter is, folks, that one of the things that we need to do, according to analysts, there was an article, number of articles this morning talking about what needs to happen in the economy for the Fed to start getting out, is one of the issues was reforming entitlement programs. So why is it we're starting another entitlement program without giving any thought? Jay Carney, the spokesperson for the president, said this.
It's unconscionable to imagine that there are those in the Congress, and now apparently because he couldn't persuade them otherwise, the Speaker of the House has joined them, who believe that it is the right thing to do to threaten another recession, threaten, economic calamity in this country and the globe over their ideological desire to defund or delay the Affordable Care Act.
That's amazing to me. This is economic calamity. This is economic calamity. First of all, we're already in it. You are we're headed towards the cliff, and you are putting your foot on the gas pedal because of Obamacare to bring the economic calamity, as you refer to it, here a little bit sooner. It is unbelievable that there are people that cannot see that and understand that pay never mind to the debt. It's irrelevant because of the printing press. It's unbelievable. Rand Paul said that, well, he said this. Let me go to that. Go ahead, Devin.
What's ridiculous is the president comes out yesterday and says, oh, if the Republicans don't get 100% of what they want, they're going to shut down government. It's actually completely the opposite. He wants 100% of Obamacare as passed by Democrats with no input from Republicans, or he'll shut the government down. It's him threatening to shut it down. He doesn't want to listen to any reason or any compromise.
And that's exactly right. And what this bill that Boehner is doing is a compromise. But he wants the failed bill that pretty much the majority of the nation believe it to be so. Corporate America believes it to be so. Governments, unions believe it to be a failed system. He is standing by what we know is a flawed entitlement program. And all Boehner now is saying that we will increase the debt ceiling for 1 year as long as we get a delay on putting into place Obamacare for 1 year so that we can sort through it. What's wrong with that? Is he so afraid of everybody reading this bill? Yes, he is. He understands that if this bill starts getting pecked away at, there is no way with a Republican-controlled House that this bill, this thing's going to go anywhere. He has got he being the president, has a very, very short time period, a very small window of opportunity to get this in place. And once we get 40, 50 million people enrolled, it's over, folks. It's over. It's done. There won't be any more debate. There's not a Congress in the world, in the history of this nation, that is going to vote to put 50 million people out of an entitlement program. It's never going to happen. He knows that. He knows this is the gateway. This is a gateway drug to single-payer system. Everybody, every liberal and progressive knows this is the gateway. This is going to give us the system that France and Great Britain and the socialist nations of Europe have. This is going to give us that wonderful economics or that wonderful medical system that is in place over there. That's what this is going to do. And once it happens, there will not be any turning back. So when Ted Cruz says this is the most important thing that we are faced with, he is right on the money. Boehner points out the CBO report, which I went through very early this morning, and he is right. Play the Boehner clip, Devin.
A report this week from the Congressional Budget Office makes it clear that our debt is set to grow rapidly in the coming years if we take no action. That's why it's so troubling that the president's decided to just sit out this debate. He says he won't engage. The president sees this, quote, unquote, as extortion. And let me be very clear. Republicans have no interest in defaulting on our debt. None. We just want to find a way to pay it off.
You know, we just want to find a way to pay it off. Well, all of America wants to see it paid off. The idea, CBO says the debt is going to continue to rise through 2023, and it goes up astronomically as a result of this bill and other entitlement programs. Can we at least take a long, hard look at it and find out what we're doing? There is nobody in the nation that wouldn't debate the fact and doesn't understand that we need some sort of medical reform. We need tort reform, number one. We need to get rid of the corruption. We need to have a sense of fairness of in what we're paying doctors and hospitals. Everybody agrees with that. But these are things that the private sector will do and can do. It is just amazing that the president, when you've got a Republican Congress, that all they want to do is put a compromise. They're just looking for, we're going to give you 1 year of raising the debt ceiling. Well, yeah, the debate starts back again a year ago, unless we can fix Obamacare between now and the next year and take a long, hard look at it. And mark my words, we will read in 3 or 4 months from now, the unions, the cities, the municipalities, the corporations that got an exemption or a delay on Obamacare. Oh, it'll all come out eventually. I think the American people have the right to have it delayed, and our economy needs it.